جرجر سمون زلو مجوسة بركات السلام عليكم وبركاته اليوم بسناك السيتوم يسمت عليم وتنتجي من English subtitles بتيتتموت الإسلام الله أكبر فولفورت مشيرة. Wow. Turkla Purskat Lullul Birsku I'm back, guys. I'm live. I just had some fish for early dinner, and I am very, very upset. The fish was imported, and it is from the United States of America. And I swear, when I ate this fish, there was batter on the fish, and underneath it is white meat. And it tasted kind of funny, and I kept feeling like squishy things sticking in my teeth. And like when I looked at the fish, when the batter started peeling off, underneath the batter, wrapped around the fish meat, was paper. They took fish, they wrapped it in paper, and then they cooked it and then they put batter on it, and they cooked it with the paper cooked inside of the food that you eat. I know I don't want to be over dramatic. I know it's just paper, but like, you don't know where that's been. Could have been in a meat factory or something. And like, it's just gross. Okay, please don't be upset. See, you're over dramatic, but like, it's paper in my food. I almost vomited. It was disgusting. And I know you're gonna say you're being over dramatic. It's just paper. Yeah, well, I have a weak stomach. Okay. Don't buy American food if you live in Bahariterra. Costs a lot of money to ship things to the island. If you don't buy a local, it'll be more expensive. And it's poor quality. American food very unhealthy anyways. So one of the famous Bahariterra windmill palm trees, one of the most famous of them all, this little tiny one right here, the new spear is almost ready to open up. And I'm excited. I can't wait for that. Nobody's in the chat yet. Wonder, doesn't say if anybody's watching or not right now. Thing's about to pop up and tell me. Inshallah it will. Okay. So, in case you're wondering, yeah, I am outside at the Pembroke National Seashell Garden here in Bahariterra, trying to get in a live stream before it gets dark here. The sun sets in a couple minutes, but won't get dark for like an hour. Sorry, my transmission cut briefly. So it won't get dark for an hour because of the reflection of the sun on the Atlantic Ocean and how high we up are in the mountains. But right now the sun is setting as it is 7. No, it was 7 a little bit ago. Like 40 minutes ago it turned 8 o'clock. It is 8:40. 8:40 p.m. Atlantic Daylight Time. We're in Bahariterra. Yo, check this. Oh, I didn't see that can there. This is a hot tub, yo. It's a hot tub, yeah. So, you know, just thought I'd update you guys with a little live stream because I'm bored. And live stream is fun. Very fun. Does anyone know how to identify this weed or what it is? It's very common down here. It didn't live in my old coastal towns, some of the other places I've lived. But it grows all over here. Up in the mountains. And we have this bush. Don't know what this is. It's got a bunch of little black seeds, and birds love them. They go crazy on that, you know. Hopefully you didn't see my cousin's face there. I almost pointed the camera at him. This is really cool. I love this. So my neighbors have a dipladenia vine, and it started growing onto my side of the fence. I'm very happy because I love dipladenia vine, or mandevilla. Technically, when it's a vine, they call it mandevilla. If you look here, some of it's growing over the fence, and I love that. I'm hoping that some of these will start blooming, the ones on my side or above the fence, so that I can look at them too. They got blooms on their side already, I'm sure of it. Beautiful red flowers, probably, or they might be pink. If I could get my camera to focus, that would be nice. Yup. So this isn't my fence, this is the fence at park. At a Pembroke National Seashell Garden. And, yeah. I really hope the mandevillas survive the winter. We are up in the mountains in 10A, but we could have a 9A winter, or an 11A, or a 9B winter, or 10B. But yeah, that's growing like that. The vine cannot support its weight. After it gets long, it's gonna start hanging down. I'm hoping when it does that, it hangs down on this side. But I don't want to pull it down on this side a little bit, because this isn't my plant. So I'm just letting it naturally grow how it wants and hoping it will have a lot of vines on this side. And it looks like it's aiming to grow on this side. It's growing through the fence, and I like it. Most people get upset if their neighbors have a vine growing through the fence. And I'm just like, ooh, yay, a mandevilla. Excuse me. Don't know what this right here is, though. This right here might be something special, too. And it survived our unusually cold winter we had, which was 9A this year. So, you know what? Sorry, my transmission was just temporarily cut because a raindrop landed on my screen and it closed out the app I'm on that I'm live streaming with because it is sprinkling. So sorry about that temporary transmission interruption. Okay, sorry, it just cut again because I had to wipe off my screen, and when I did so I accidentally hit the back arrow that closed out my live stream app. Every time I live in the rainforest, it rains a lot, and I do plenty of live streams on YouTube and other apps too, and it's like every time it tries to close out my stream, you know, because the raindrops land on my phone screen and hit the end live stream button sometimes. I'm just like, really? Really? No, man, please stop. That's how I be, you know. I get upset about it. So this whole branch came down due to the storm out here. Yeah. So we're gonna take this. Okay, I'm gonna break some of the side branches off of this. I'm gonna use them as mulch for some of the plants in my garden. And, well, this isn't my garden, it's a public park, but I'd like to call it my garden. Because I can. That's why. You don't need to ask why. I want to call it mine. It's beautiful. I wish it were my garden for real and not a public park. And I'm using it to mulch this Camadoria Bahariterra so that it holds in moisture from the frequent rains we get here in the rainforest. Because it's growing out of a little mound, like on a little tiny hill. And it's kind of planted high. It's not really deep in the ground at all. It looks like when someone transplanted it here from the other park down the road, the root ball wasn't put in very deep, and it never sunk in the ground after the years passed on. And you know what? I'm surprised I still haven't got one view on my live stream yet. I'm 11 minutes in, after all. And, yeah. Voltia tilakila hila. This is how you mulch the tree, mulch the tree, mulch the tree. You best do it thankfully, thankfully, thankfully. You look like an ugly, wuggly. This is how you mulch the tree, mulching the tree. So, I did a live stream earlier, and some very nice Muslim friend was able to make it to the live stream, and it went on for 3 hours actually. And you know what? They live on the subcontinent, so the fact that they were even on the live stream with me was amazing, because I did it when here in Bahariterra it was like between 6 p.m. and 1 p.m. somewhere around that time. And in the subcontinent, it's different time zones over there. They have a few of them on, because it's a huge subcontinent. But yeah, so like must have been early in the morning or late at night there. And you know what? I'm surprised they stayed up that late. For a while I was wondering, wonder why they suddenly disappeared. Maybe it was prayer time, but you'd think they would have been back after a bit. Even if they went to masjid, have to come back eventually, you'd think. Then I was like, oh yeah, it's probably like somewhere between 12 p.m. and 6 a.m. there. If they're still awake, they should probably pray Fajr and get ready for their day, I thought. So, that happened. And I was like, wee, 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 I am a police car. I'm gonna kill Justin Bieber. Wee, wee, wee. It wasn't like that, I'm just kidding. I'm just saying random things because I'm bored. I'm so bored, that's why I'm on the live stream. Trying to do a live video. See if I can get anyone in the comments I can talk to live. If anyone's had any question for me, and I've been too late to reply, sorry. Now's your chance to talk to me live, in person. No more waiting for me to respond to comments. I'm freaking live. I'm alive. Wow, I'm not dead. That means very good. I just pushed some more mulch onto the little hill, this tiny rise on the ground that this Manda Villa Diplodynia hybrid's planted on. Cause yeah, it needed that. The soil is starting to erode away and the roots were exposed. You know what, I need to do something similar for this Bahariterran hibiscus, but I'm too ugly to work in a garden. Apparently, that's what it said in the comments earlier today when Alan Jaloknin joined at 3 in the morning here in Bahariterra. And Alan Jaloknin lives in Israel, which is actually just Palestine being occupied. And yeah. So I'm putting down some oak leaves underneath this palm. Good fertilizer, good mulch, good whatever, you know. And I think I'm gonna do some on the Bahariterra yucca tree. I know it's a desert plant and it's supposed to be planted in a mound buried high, not planted too deep in the ground. Because when the rainforest and it likes the desert, it's a yucca. But my Bahariterra yucca tree, it might be even drier than the Calabudum Desert, because all the water runs off of it all the time, and they still do need a little water. It's not like they never have water. Even desert plants have to have some water. So you know what, I'm gonna mulch this guy a little bit. Put some oak leaves on some branches down. Gonna take them, put them up there. Nice and good. Looking good. Looks like I found a big old branch came down off the oak tree. And I'm breaking it up into smaller branches, taking all the side branches off, using it for mulching. Look how well mulched this Camadori Bahariterra palm tree is gonna be. Holy moly. You know, it's gonna be good when you see it like that. Here in Bahariterra, it is 8:53 p.m. right now as I speak. But you might not be watching this live. By the time anyone sees this video, I might be done streaming. Because no one's on right now. It says no one's watching. It says 0 people currently watching. So that's wonderful. But rather make a video for no one than not make a video at all. You never know who might see this after I'm live or later on in the stream. I gotta be patient. Allah might reward me for my patience. So yeah. In the musiqati musin sujuna baqila. You speak Tualaim or Tirji? Anyone out there? You speak Tualaim or Tirji, the 2 languages unique to the Bahariterra Islands? If anyone does, I want to say بقية منهرة بالمسراقة يقيب والي البنواويهات الله أكبر بالناثريخم وسينا دن يرون آتن طويلة الله والن جهاد بلنا ثبات Alhamdulillah laqan ya sarida. No one speaks Tualaim or Tirji, so no one understands, right? Because I don't think anyone in Bahariterra is watching. I think it says I got 1 viewer now. That would be nice to know. Thank you for watching. Welcome to the live stream. I didn't expect anyone after about 10 minutes when it still said 0. I don't usually get a lot, but usually there's always 1 person watching after a few minutes in the stream. And I'll get on and off. But yeah, so currently we're in the rainforest of Bahariterra, putting oak leaf branches that fell off a tree due to a storm earlier today. We're putting them down underneath this Bahariterra yucca tree so that we can mulch it. Because it is not planted very deep in the ground, it's planted very high. And I know it's a dry desert plant, but like even desert plants need water, and all the water runs off this immediately, so that even though it's in a rainforest, this desert plant doesn't have enough water. So that's what we're doing right now. And I see that you've left again. 0 people watching. That's okay. I'll just share this with people after the live stream, so that I'm not wasting my time and someone out there gets to see what a bored Bahariterran guy does when no one shows up to the live stream and asks them questions or watches or recommends what to do for entertainment. But this is the work I do in my garden, in case anyone was wondering, I guess. I don't want to be a narcissist. I know I'm not that interesting. I don't expect anyone to stay or watch. So there's that. Brukia Dranekat Bakur Shalafting. On the island nation of Bahariterra here on a live stream. Fedeka Ila Tomun. Alrighty. Plenty of pine and oak leaves will lay down here. This yucca looks like it's pretty well mulched, as long as the branches don't slide down or blow away. I'm gonna make sure that this Bahariterra black crepe myrtle is mulched well enough, because now it looks like it could use some leaves. Because the rain has caused severe erosion, because there's not a lot of grass in my backyard, because tall trees keep it shady here all day long, because I'm in a rainforest. I need to stop complaining though. I'm very pleased with my property, believe me. I'm very thankful for all that Allah has given me. I just don't have a lot of grass, so there's an erosion problem here after storms. Not a lot of things hold the top layer of dirt in place, really. And for plants that are planted a little above ground on mounds, not planted in deep enough or not rooted in naturally deep enough, it can be hard for them. So this is what I do. And it will naturally turn into compost over time, inshallah. That's what it should do. I need to put human hair and chili peppers around my most prized exotic plants to keep the moles and squirrels out of them, and the rabbits and whatever other furry little mammal critters like to eat here. Got water droplets on my phone screen, trying to slide down and hit that in-stream button. Karma at its finest for me complaining about this beautiful property in the rainforest on Tropical Island I was given. Do you know what kinds of things I can grow here? Most people would only dream to be able to grow Bahariterran calla lily with its beautiful spotted leaves. And you know, the pagans have a crazy story about these plants and how they got their spots. And I think it's hilarious. Now this Bahariterra black crepe myrtle, named for its black leaves, pink flowers, this one has. And they get stuck in the boxwood when they fall off. So it looks like the boxwood has pink blooms. Keeps psyching me out like, oh, I got a new species of boxwood that blooms pink. Never mind. It's like, oh wow, the park behind my house, there's a pink flowering boxwood. Nope, psych. It's like, oh, okay. So, many of you are wondering how my date palm germination chamber is doing. It's pretty good, but I forgot to put a lid on it, so it's kind of flooded right now. And any sprouting date palms might be killed by waterlogged. So I'm just gonna drain it like so. So you can see the water's in it. Even though this is rocky soil, it's not well drained. Rocks usually drain fast. The reason for this is because when a rainforest, the ground is so wet it can't hold any more water. So it just doesn't sink down in the rocks. Isn't that weird? Yeah, I know, right? How does that work? I don't know. Allahu Alam, God knows best. Now, I need to clean the dirt off my hand from working in garden. I'm too lazy to go in and use the sink, so this is what I'll do. I'll use the rainwater if it falls on this generator and other rainwater I can find. The rainstorm today was so bad it knocked down my gutters. You actually can see my reaction when I first noticed it on my last live stream. But I wasn't too surprised, as this kind of stuff happens all the time out here in the rainforest where storms are always happening. It's just this time it happened to my house. So, yeah. That's different. Okay. I'm gonna go in the tent, use some rainwater that somehow managed to drip through the roof and land on the hot tub here. See, it looks shiny? It's all wet. There's water on it. I'm gonna use it to wipe off some of the dirt off my hands. You know what? We're almost half an hour into the stream. I only had one person who was on for a couple seconds. I don't think I chose the best time to do a second live stream. The sun is setting. It's already set, it's just still bright out. It's 8:02 p.m. in the United States. It's 9:02 p.m. here in Bahariterra. And it's probably like 12 o'clock at night or later in the UK. Actually, the first thing I said, I should rephrase. It's 8:02 p.m. in the eastern United States on the East Coast. The US has free time zone. But yeah, here in Bahariterra, it's 9:02 p.m. The sun set a while ago. It only looks bright because A, I have a good camera, and B, the sunlight's reflecting off the water and hitting some of the clouds. The sun actually set nearly an hour ago, and it's about to get dark fast because it's already below the horizon, like a few degrees below the earth. So I just got a text message from my friend in North Carolina, USA on the Outer Banks. He lives about 1,000 miles east of me, and he says that the sun's gonna set there in less than an hour. So it's definitely gonna be dark here pretty soon. It's like in about 15 minutes, it'll be pitch black out here. I need to go in. Bye.